What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. AEW All In is just days away as the promotion prepares for its biggest event yet, but what last minute surprises should fans expect on last night's Dynamite? Join us now as we look at this week's Dynamite as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including rest in peace Terry Funk. Did Edge dump the WWE or did the WWE dump him? And is he AEW bound? Triple H comments on being removed from the board of directors and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. Now as always, we're not going to recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad and the downright ugly. And we start off with the good as number 1, Rey Fenix does a stretcher job. Rey Fenix is reportedly unable to work All In due to travel issues, a situation which occasionally happens with foreign wrestlers. However, AEW made lemonade out of lemons by writing Fenix off courtesy of a shellacking by the Blackpool Combat Club and having him stretchered out to sell his shellacking. This not only gave fans a storyline reason for Rey's removal from the show, it was an effective way to remind the fans of the BCC's badassery. Number 2, outstanding build-up for All In. AEW didn't waste much time with last night's show, using the hype the daylights out of All In by giving fans confrontations between opponents, brawls and engaging promos. It also found time to put on exciting matches to get over the wrestlers involved in Sunday's show. Number 3, Cole MJF storyline has fans on the edge of their seats. Now is MJF turning on Adam Cole, or will Cole shock the world by betraying his so-called best friend? Fans are eager to find out, but so far AEW is keeping them on the edge of their seats, throwing out teasers as to who could turn on who, but also playing its hand close to its vest. Number 4, some big returns. Now it's well known that wrestling fans like good surprises, and last night featured plenty, including the return of Santana and Ortiz, the return of Hook, and the return of Daddy Ass. Sometimes less is more, but AEW didn't hold anything back, undoubtedly wanting to go in lock, stock and barrel into Wembley. Number 5, there's a badass coming to London. There were plenty of powerful promos on last night's show, but Billy Gunn stood out as he told the House of Black that Daddy Ass can't make the trip to Wembley, but there's one guy who can. Gunn told the AEW Galaxy that there's a guy who he thought he'd never see again. Gunn followed up by telling the House of Black that they're going to wish they never saw him. There's a badass coming to London and his name is Billy Gunn. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number 1, did AEW forget about All Out? AEW has so much momentum going for it thanks to the success of All In, but will it bring enough to the table for a second pay-per-view in 7 days? Tony Khan apparently thinks so, but the lack of any build-up whatsoever for AEW's second show could come back to haunt him. We suspect Khan's gamble involves putting on a spectacular show at Wembley, including some surprises such as turns, debuts and returns that fans will eagerly lay down for the dough for a second pay-per-view. Number 2, AR Fox face turn was sudden. AR Fox's face again? Well, Fox, who turned on Darby Allin not all that long ago, is apparently back on the side of the Angels. While we've seen some dizzying flip-flop turns, they're usually in the WWE where wrestlers like The Big Show and Braun Strowman would turn on a drop of a hat. This makes no sense, especially when you consider the only reason AR Fox is sympathetic is because Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana got tired of his losing ways and kicked into the curb. Unless this is a swerve, well, no pun intended, for Fox to betray Darby, then it's more than lazy booking, it's actually bad booking. And number 3, the JAS storyline needs to go away. Speaking of bad booking, the storyline of Jericho abandoning the JS to join forces with Don Callis has been all over the place and nothing short of a miracle is gonna save it. Regrettably, the JS has been insignificant since they feuded with the Blackpool Combat Club, and AEW blew its opportunity to do something with Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker since then, and the best thing AEW can do is to find a way to finish the storyline without just abandoning it. Now there was nothing downright ugly. AEW really went all in promoting this Sunday's pay-per-view, putting on what amounted to a 2-hour commercial for Sunday's pay-per-view. This was a classic case of a promoter providing the sizzle but not the steak, booking strong matches with inconclusive finishes to get the fans to pay for the main course. But what do you guys think of Dynamite this week? Are you also looking forward to All In? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now our first story is incredibly sad as wrestling legend Terry Funk passes away. Our top of today's news is the recent passing of wrestling icon Terry Funk. Funk, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, competed from 1965 until 2017, not only wrestling into his 70s, but defying doctors who were surprised he could still stand, let alone work matches at his advanced age. The son of wrestler turned promoter Dory Funk Sr., Terry found fame wherever he worked, competing against the top stars of many different promotions and eras. Whether he worked as a single star or a tag star, including his famed team with brother Dory Funk Jr., he created memories that wrestling fans still talk about to this very day. His feuds against Jack Briscoe, Dusty Rhodes, Jerry Lawler, the Junkyard Dog, Hulk Hogan, Mick Foley and Ric Flair merely scratch the surface of a body of work that continues to shine. Tributes poured out for the hardcore legend, including one of his closest ally and rival, Mick Foley. Foley tweeted, "Terry Funk is gone. I just talked to Terry's daughter Brandy, who gave me the awful news. He was my mentor, my idol, one of the closest friends. He was the greatest wrestler I ever saw. If you get a chance, look up a Terry Funk match or a Terry Funk promo and give thanks to this incredible man that gave so much for so long to so many. There will never be another like him. May God bless Terry, his friends, family and all who loved him. Rest in peace, my dear friend. It was an honor to know you." Now we send our condolences to Mr. Funk's family, fans, and friends. Next up, is Edge AEW Bound? Is Edge leaving WWE for AEW? Well, that's the current belief based on the latest rumors that the two sides couldn't come to an agreement for Edge to remain in WWE. However, did Edge pass on staying in the WWE, or did the WWE actually reject on re-signing him? Ringside users reporting, it appears that Edge is leaving WWE after they turned down the deal he wanted. We asked about this situation. We were told that WWE did not accept the offer Edge made to stay. It was also said that WWE was smart to turn it down because of what the rated R superstar wanted. However, Edge gave a different answer as he released a video concerning this.
There's no hard feelings between me and WWE. I love WWE. It's my dream gig. It's all I ever wanted to do. And I didn't come at them with some crazy contract or anything, and they didn't deny me. I have a contract extension sitting in my inbox. I just don't know what to do. The first time I had to retire, it was forced, and this time the choice is in my lap, and it's a lot harder. WWE gave me that night, Friday night in Toronto, and it was the best night of my career. Friday night was really special for me, and I don't know if that can be topped, to be perfectly honest. And if we think we can, then great, but I need to sit with it and just know that whatever it is that I do, wrestling or it's sitting in my rocking chair, it's because I'm having fun, and having fun at this stage of my life and raising my kids are the two most important things.
Now Edge revealed that he just doesn't know what to do. He's literally done it all in WWE, and to say that he could go to AEW is kind of a no-brainer. There he could go for new opportunities and reunite with his longtime tag partner Christian. What do you guys think? Is Edge AEW bound? Next up, Tony Khan admits AEW's locker room problems. While AEW has enjoyed success debuting in 2019, the company hasn't escaped the pitfalls of certain wrestlers having heat with others. Unfortunately, there's heat, and then there's heat like what AEW experienced in 2022 after CM Punk's post-pay-per-view meltdown at All Out. Khan recently spoke with The Hollywood Reporter, acknowledging AEW's locker room rumblings, saying, "There may be some of them that don't get along with each other backstage or on TV. It's not ideal, but it's a reality, and I can't make everyone get along. I'm sure it's not necessarily even the best interest of pro wrestling for everybody to get along, but ideally everybody is going to be able to focus on their matches and putting on the best shows for the fans." Some observers feel AEW is a ticking time bomb, but apparently not Tony Khan, who feels things are under control. However, what happens if Khan is wrong? Next up, was Rey really injured on SmackDown? Now more details are emerging on the match between Mysterio and Santos Escobar that was stopped due to an apparent injury. Rey and his fellow LWO faction member Santos Escobar competed on the 28th July SmackDown to determine the challenger for Austin Theory's US Championship. The match was awarded to Escobar after Mysterio was unable to compete, but there was questions about whether Rey was really injured or whether they used this non-finish to advance the storyline. Santos Escobar recently spoke with Steve Fall from 10 Count about the match, saying, "We have a very long relationship, we have a bond, and when you have that, you go hard. That's what happens when you go hard. I'm just glad that he had a small mild concussion, but he came back hard." And then you know what happened a couple of weeks after that fact. Rey is currently US champion, and some fans think a match against Santos is inevitable. And finally, Triple H has his thoughts on being removed from the board of directors. Last but not least, the upcoming WWE Endeavor merger is reportedly close to completion, and with it, the new company will have a revamped board of directors. However, current WWE board member Triple H reportedly won't be on it, naturally leading to questions about how the game feels. Hunter's friend Kevin Nash recently shared this information, saying, "Whenever we talk, I know he just wants the merger to be done. That's the thing, like, let's get this effing over with. It's not like he's upset or anything or sick or anything. Like he's going, they do this, this and this, but it's never an ultimatum. He does his job." Triple H is plenty busy running creative and may be content doing so. Many fans and analysts are waiting to see whether Vince McMahon will move back into running creative after the merger is complete. But there you have it, folks. The wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, as well as our review of Dynamite. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.